In an Italian battle scene crowded with horses, lances, and knights in shining armor, one man commands our attention, Niccolò da Tolentino. Commander of the Florentine army, Niccolò charges into the fray on a gleaming white horse. A fabulous crimson and gold hat upon his head and a war baton in hand, he leads his cavalry against the Cennini's forces, enemies of Florence defeated this day of June 1st, 1432, outside the Tuscan hillside town of San Romano. Once sparkling with silver leaf and brilliant colors, but now faded with time, this spectacular scene was joined by two others illustrating the events of this day of victory for the city of Florence. All three massive panels were painted in the ancient medium of egg tempera. So what is egg tempera? Tempera is a paint that uses egg to bind the color pigments, the powdery particles that give paint its color. The word tempera has its roots in the Italian term temperare, meaning to mix or blend. Usually, tempera is made with just egg yolk, but the whole egg can be used. The mixture depends on the artist's visual goals and the type of surface they are painting on. The yolk of an egg is an emulsion, which means it's a mixture of fat, protein, and water. Egg tempera paint is essentially a roughly equal mixture of egg yolk and pigment suspended in water. Tempera has been used in cultures across the world for thousands of years, including ancient Egypt, Babylonia, Greece, and China. It's even mentioned by the ancient Roman author Pliny. Tempera paints were used on stone, papyrus rolls, on the pages of medieval manuscripts, and on wood. It was the primary painting medium for sacred art in Europe from the 1200s through the 1400s. Images of miracles and saints and stories from the Christian Bible were told through the medium of tempera. When secular or non-religious subjects were on the rise, they got painted in tempera too. Painted in the early 1440s by the Florentine artist Paolo Uccello, this violent and bloody episode is presented with elegance and grace. It's as though a stately dance unfolds before us, rather than a vicious battle. Set before an idyllic landscape of orange trees and lush greenery dotted with roses, Uccello's soldiers wear spectacular helmets adorned with ostrich feathers, more appropriate for a tournament than a battlefield. Prancing horses move gracefully through space, and mounted trumpeters urge forth the Florentine warriors. Uccello's three magnificent battle scenes originally were displayed in the home of the wealthy Florentine Leonardo Bartolini Salimbeni. The domestic setting helps explain why these battles from recent Florentine history are shown with idealized elegance rather than brutal reality. No one wants bloody horrors upon their walls. The scenes instead suggest chivalry and adventure. Uccello's rich use of color and precise application of paint infuse his battle scene with courtly elegance. We know a lot about how tempera was used in Europe thanks to a book on art written by the Italian painter Cennini in the late 14th century. His text has taught us a lot about how tempera was made and used before the modern era. We know that tempera must be applied in thin layers with soft brush strokes, building up painted surfaces layer by layer as they dry. Unlike oil paint, which dries slowly, tempera dries quickly, which means artists must be decisive and quick. When using the tempera technique, colors cannot be blended on the painted surface as they can with oil or acrylic paint. Instead, artists have to carefully mix and combine their pigments before painting. If you want to show a highlight on a dark surface, a technique that can help forms look three-dimensional, you must start with the darkest tone and then let that layer dry. Then, with short and careful strokes, slowly apply lighter and lighter layers of color until the desired effect is achieved. This process gives us a whole new appreciation for Uccello's gleaming horses and sparkling knights.